Good afternoon, everybody. We're coming on the air just a few minutes early because you probably felt our big story right here. About 4 minutes ago, an earthquake struck the Central Valley, and it was a pretty good one. This one is 4.8 magnitude. It was about 11 kilometers, as the USGS puts it, west-southwest of Farmington, which is a community east of Stockton. So pretty good shaker. You didn't feel it.
I didn't feel it, but boy, the newsroom phones lighting up. Clearly, a lot of people did. Again, a 4.8 magnitude earthquake just a few moments ago. This is southeast of Stockton, and we are working to gather more information about possible damage that may have occurred.
And you know what? We're finding out at about the same time there was another earthquake, and this one was much larger. This one was a 6.2. This was located right near the California state line, about 32 kilometers, it says south-southwest of Smith Valley, Nevada. So that was a stronger earthquake in the Sierra, and that one happened first at 3:49 and 48 seconds, and then right at 3:50 and 13 seconds is when that 4.8 magnitude quake happened around Farmington, which I don't know if you could hear it, but our newsroom phones are ringing. But I'll tell you, in the newsroom, I felt it. My computer monitor started shaking, and then people across the newsroom started feeling the rolling, and it seemed to go for some time.
You know, you've lived here a lot longer than I have, but how unusual is this for this particular area?
You know, I don't recall seeing an earthquake of this size in the Central Valley. You know, we had a swarm of quakes, just a week or two ago in the East Bay, and the Hayward Fault is located there, but I'm not even sure what fault lines we have that exist. Dave Bender's coming in here.
It's kind of coming behind you here because of the robotic camera.
Okay, they pulled up your map, Dave, to show where this happened.
That's where Farmington is. You know, I built that as quickly as possible, 4.8. You know, you're right. We have faults all over the state of California, but what's interesting is in here in the valley is because it's basically a river valley, a delta area. They act distinctly different. You know, you can have sand movement, all sorts of weird things can go on with these guys, and that's why probably since we had a 4.8, everyone really felt this thing almost like it was a bigger and stronger quake. And you also mentioned the one that was out there over toward, I want to say Lee Vining area, over toward the state line. Yeah. It's interesting that these popped up. And also on this, now notice here, you'll see some red dots that are popping on there. Those are actually the earthquake sensors that I have in the computer, so they're just catching up
off to the far right of the screen.
Well, actually, even look where I placed that earthquake graphic where it's kind of pulsing. You'll see a red dot pop up. That is the Farmington one. And then the other two are bigger, meaning those are the ones over there toward the east side of the state. And you got to remember, we're on the ring of fire here. So you've got Mammoth Mountain down there, which is that one popping by Mono Lake there. It's a volcano. I mean, they're not active, but this is all around the area. Lassen is just around the corner here too. So you've got a lot of interesting things that can go on as a result of course, the seismic potential in the state of California. And a lot of times, you can basically fire up these earthquake monitors that we have in our system, and you will have dots going like crazy. And the main reason you have dots going like crazy is because it's California. We have them all the time, but not in the Central Valley, not just to the east of Stockton.
And it wasn't that long ago we had a swarm, as they're called, in the Tahoe area, right? And that's certainly not unusual, particularly unusual, at least for that area.
You can get them up there. I mean, the bottom line is we have a lot of quake potential, but it's having it in the valley that's really, I have to tell you, I've been here 25, 28 years. I don't think I've had anything quite like that happen in the Central Valley where we've had a quake like that. It's usually over Clear Lake because volcanic activity happens in Clear Lake. You got all the faults over in the Bay Area. You know, I was around in the, was it late 80s? Was that the Hayward Fault that went off? I know that dates myself.
No, that was the San Andreas Fault, and that was all the way down to Loma Prieta in the Santa Cruz Mountains. But you felt that here in Sacramento.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So this is a very interesting situation that's going on out there. So no, you weren't. You know, you weren't dreaming if you felt that thing going off. And again, you can see right through here. You've got that dot right there, so I probably should move this graphic over. I had to build this quickly, but that is your one there near Farmington, and then it got a couple of them out past the state line up there off to the east.
And again, just to update people, we are experiencing, again, a 4.8 earthquake near Farmington, and now they're saying a 5.9 near Smith Valley. We'd originally said 6.2. That's down to 5.9 now, the latest number on that.